Dear fellow Malaysians, earlier I spoke to you about a scumbag leader, Rafizi, which I felt ought to be in a separate video, as it deserves special attention. Today's video, this is part 2 of what I intend to speak about to all of you. Recently, I make 2 issues, right, known to you. One is Bumiputera economy equals UMNO economy, and that the GLIC, government-linked investment companies, and the GLCs, government-linked companies, had as their leaders on the board level and other levels appointees by the UMNO leadership. And below that, many companies right across the economy were also UMNO appointees as nominees and trustees. And even Tukul Rasani says they control billions. So now UMNO is a party without power but with money. Unfortunately, these scumbags who are supposed to hold this money on trust as nominees for UMNO are keeping quiet because there's no evidence of such appointment. UMNO can't do that. Otherwise, the cat's out of the bag. So we have this problem. Now, you recall that during the UMNO General Assembly recently, alright, and on the 1st October, can I read to you as reported in a Star, Monday, 1st October 2008, to prove to you once again, I forecast, I research, and I say it before it happens. This is what was quoted and reported by Star newspaper. Zahid Hamidi, the president, he said a priority after the assembly was to recover all of UMNO's assets from its trustees and nominees. I have tasked Treasurer General Datuk Sri Tunku Adnan Tunku Mansor with working on this and later presenting it to the management committee as well as the Supreme Council so that everyone has a clear picture of the party's finances. So here you have a direct confirmation what I say about Bumiputera economy equals UMNO economy, and these people holding, supposed to entrust huge amount of monies and assets. So the question is, right, how did they get financed? How was money leaked out from UMNO? And how did UMNO get all this huge amount of money in the billions? This is a big problem. Okay, on one hand, UMNO, lot of money, lot of assets, but no power. So they can't tell those idiots, right, nominees and trustees, like, hey, transfer the shares back, transfer the assets back, we need it. For all you know, those idiots, scumbags, traitors will say to UMNO Supreme Council, nah, you have no evidence. I'm going to have to rip all these billions into your own pockets. Surprise, surprise, JJ has assets worth over 2 billion. Can you see the problem? On this side of the equation, Bersatu, PKR, got power, no money. Power, no money. And yet, Rafizi, doing up his wayang kulit, diverting everyone's attention. Surely, we'll resolve this, right? Party with money, no power. Party with power, no money. What could be a solution? Next chapter, next video. This will tickle you. Now, more importantly, coming back to the issue of, right, the second issue I want to talk to all of you. Tun Mahathir, after his overseas trip to America and UK, came back and says, UK is not involved in 1 MDB. UK is not involved in 1 MDB. Meaning, there was no money laundering by Jolo, Rizal Aziz, Najib, in money laundering within the jurisdiction of UK, Mother England. Why would Tun do that, I wonder? And prior to his making the press statement, I uploaded a video on the history and the financial octopus and the global tentacles of the tax havens, controlled, administered, and protected by British Zionist Anglo financiers in the city of London. And highlighted two popular ones, Cayman Island and BVI, British Virgin Island. And you know, as exposed by me in previous videos and other people, that Jolo used Cayman Island in the first transaction with Petro Saudi. Monies were stolen and hidden in Cayman Islands. Thereafter, second, third phase, BVI. These are tax havens under control of Britain. English lawyers were involved in the conspiracy. Meetings was conducted in UK. Just though the whistleblower working for the Arabs was in UK. But yet, Tun said, for some strange reasons, incredible, UK not involved. Now, before I expose that lie, maybe because he forgot, his old age and the burden of his office, but I doubt it. Let me say it on record. Before election, before he became a prime minister, every time there's any development or documents filed in court in California, in the forfeiture claim by the DOJ, I will print it out and rush to give to Tun Mahathir and brief him. Every document that I come across. And I'm quite sure some of these little Napoleons in his office will be also curious, maybe make copies. Because I have always informed them of my videos, what I'm going to say. So neither can these little Napoleons in the office deem ignorant. Alright? But I've given my video address. So, let's put on record now. Because I'm pissed off. Because we have applied for mutual legal assistance via the police, via MECC, via AG, as they announced publicly recently. They have sought MLA to USA, Switzerland, Singapore, but not UK. Isn't that strange? None of them. Maybe that's why Tun says you cannot involve. How can that be? When the evidence and the documents are staring in their goddamn faces. So I have to really question why such a statement was made. And who advised Tun Mahathir to make such a statement? Now, I will now expose to you why I'm 1000% certain money was laundered in UK. Assets was purchased by one MP's money in UK. English lawyers were involved in UK. So now, okay, I'm going to show you the cover page of the suits filed by DOJ in California court. And for, again, to repeat myself to all of you again, hey, there are 31 suits. Each asset forfeited by DOJ is a separate suit. I'm going to show to you, because of time constraint, 4 or 5 suits that will show conclusively assets were purchased through money laundering of 1MD monies via UK. First one is this. Okay? It's a suit for feature real property in London United Kingdom, owned by Stratton Street, London Limited. Got it? The first property asset. Alright? And the suit number is case 2:17 CV 04240 DSFPLA. Okay? For future complaint, verified complaint for future in RAM. First asset, the name is, okay, Stratton Street, London Limited. Okay? There are two more properties with the same name but slightly different. This is one suit, this is one asset. The second one, almost same title, but the name of the building is 7 Stratton Street, London Limited. Got it? Defendant. Second property. Okay? And the suit number is 4242, 04242. The first few numbers are the same. The first one is 4240 Stratton Street. This is like 7 Stratton Street, 4242. Third is suit 4244 89 Stratton Street. You got it? Very clear, right? Okay. Now, let me quickly read to you from paragraph 504 of the suit. Law acquired the penthouse flat located in a building known as Stratton House, Mayfair, London, United Kingdom. Bracket, the Stratton Penthouse. Okay? And another Mayfair property located several doors down from the Stratton Penthouse, the Stratton Flat, with proceeds traceable to the 700 million wire transfer from one MDB to the Good Start account. This 700 million was transferred to Good Start in the first JV with the Arabs, Petro Saudi. Bank Negara approved the remittance 1 billion in two tranches. First 700 million, second 300 million. The first 700 million, as pleaded, says it went to Good Star, controlled and owned by that criminal bastard Joe Low. And the money was used to buy the Stratton properties. Okay? Now, another connecting factor to UK is this. On about 19th of March 2010, approximately 35 million was wired from Good Start account to Royal Bank of Scotland PLC, RBS London. Account named McFarlane's LP, client account number 1. McFarlane LP is a UK law firm based in London. Internal bank records on the transaction indicate that this wire was needed to complete a property purchase in the UK. Okay? Then, in a letter of Good Start letterhead dated on about March 19, 2010, and valid signature similar to what Law used in merchant in St. Kitts and Nevis passports, Law provided RBS codes with additional details about 35 million wire. Alright? And Law said this in an email. I hope all is well. As discussed, please kindly arrange for the wire transfer of English pounds 35 million in full to the account details below for value date ASAP. So here you are. It goes on and on, but I don't have to go through everything because it shows clearly asset was in England, lawyer that arranged for the transfer of money to buy the assets was an English law firm. The bank that received the money from Good Star in Switzerland was RBS. So, my dear Sir, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, why do you say UK is not involved in the money laundering of 1MDB's money? The fourth property is a property acquired by Rosma's stepson, Riza Aziz. Okay? Here you are. Qantas. This was a company vehicle that used to buy a property. And the suit number is 05380. Okay? Now, let me tell you this now. Okay? Para 497 of the suit. Funds traceable to proceeds of the 2012 bond sales were used by Aziz to purchase the Qantas townhouse in Belgravia, London, United Kingdom, together with the list sold for parking space 2. The property was purchased by Qantas Holdings Limited on about July 12, 2012 for £23 million. In accounting records for Aziz, the amount he paid for the Qantas townhouse is recorded as equal to $41,799,86. As noted in paragraph 204-207 above, on about June 18, 2012, ABBA BVI transferred $133 million in funds traceable to the purchase of the 2012 Project Magnolia bond sale to Aziz Rick-Grenada Capital account of BSI Bank. Tun Mahathir, why are you like that? Have I not told you this about a stepson? He bought a property in Belgravia, the most exclusive address in whole of UK, London. So, still no connection? I wonder why. No connection, huh? That's what you say. Third, there was a painting, Van Gogh, purchased by Joe Low. And this was bought via an auction carried out by Sotheby's of UK. Tun Mahathir, Pakatan Harapan, AG, MECC. Isn't it clear cut? And this page, and next year, the suit. You see? Sotheby's. Auction was conducted by Sotheby's, one of 2 leading auctions in the world. The other is Christie's. And the sum to acquire was £9,201,500. Okay? May 2013. So, I don't know why Tun Mahathir insists no connection to UK. Very strange. Very, very strange. Now, then, suit number 05364, Joe Low bought the musical rights to EMI Publishing. As you know, EMI is a recording company. They own a lot of songs, the lyrics, what have you. And this was purchased by Joe Low in London. Okay? So now, in paragraph 364, it says here, Laundered at least approximately 106 million, 666,667 in misappropriated funds traceable to Good Start account to acquire substantial interest in EMI Music. Okay. On about November 11th, 2011, the EMI partnership to the BW Partnership Limited, an indirect wholly owned subsidiary of EMI Partnership, entered into a sale and purchase agreement with the EMI Group Global Limited, a UK company. I mean, whole stack of money trails, whole stack. I've given you the cover page of a suit. I've read to you certain portions which indicate how the money was transferred to enable Joe Low and his gangs to acquire all these assets. And you come to Malaysia and give a press statement to why you do that. UK not involved. You know? It was reported in the newspaper. You said with confidence, UK is not involved. Maybe it was because I made the accusation before you came back to Malaysia. Why no MLA to UK? No action taken in UK. And maybe you felt stunk by my criticisms. And therefore you need to avoid the stink of my criticism. And without any research or double checking with your overrated, underemployed little Napoleons and advisors, came up with this stupid statement. Surely your foreign minister would know about this. Surely your AG would know about this. Surely MACC would know about this. Because the money flows, right, was from Malaysia, America, Switzerland. So when the various teams went to consult DOJ in USA, the Swiss AG in Switzerland and Singapore, they would have told you, isn't it? This is the money trail. And the money trail, part of it went through Mother England. My fellow citizens, I hate to do this. Because everybody says, Matthias, why? Why you bring up all these negative things? Not that I want to do that. I have no choice. It's my duty as a citizen to my country, to your country, my fellow citizens. Because to me, and I hope I'm wrong, there could be a cover-up about the money laundering taking place in Mother England via tax havens. And in my video uploaded to my website, I said categorically that while Mother England, Great Britain, has lost its military empire, its colonial empire, it established a new financial empire, global empire, via tax havens, led by two of them, main ones, Cayman Island, BVI, Jersey, you name it, so many. Trillions are laundered to all these tax havens. And you know what? Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank is one of the biggest money launderers and was fined by the DOJ in USA. How dare anyone in government claim they're ignorant of tax havens? We must know about tax haven, right? Because we have in Labuan a tax haven. Therefore, before we establish Labuan as a tax haven, the government has gone through a lot of research in it. How to compete with other tax havens. Besides those controlled by Mother England, Singapore is a tax haven, so is Hong Kong and elsewhere. So let's not pretend. So, to sum up, my fellow citizens, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. Because these are the facts which can be easily available to anyone. But no one bothered. You have the resources of the entire government and you don't know? Tun, you was accused Pak La for sleeping, flip-flopping. And you said Najib is the worst kleptocracy. Made the most stupid deal with China. The government also admitted, right? Just recently, even 2 times in that Joe Low always is one step ahead of us because there are moles in your government that leak to Joe Low our actions or intended actions to arrest him. Have I not given a video address to all of you about Interpol? And I said in my previous address, Interpol was headed by a China Kwai from China, Vice Premier of, or Vice Minister of Security in China, President of Interpol. Now he's been arrested for bribery and corruption by Xi Jinping. Now, what kind of corruption do you think would the President of Interpol be involved? Let me tell you. Money laundering crooks all the world has bought their freedom. Let's not be stupid, huh? Can Joe Low China Kwai run around all these years by plane, by yacht, fly in, fly there, and no one can touch him? No one can touch him because tax havens are controlled by the very powerful money launderers, drug traffickers, criminals, big global banks, Goldman Sachs, Hong Kong Stock Exchange banks. So, if Joe Low is arrested and brought to Malaysia, he squeals how the money are laundered. He's exposing all the other money launderers in the world. Can you see that? That's why Joe Low is tickling your ass, you people in government. He's powerful because he's been protected. Yet, you're in a state of denial. You can't be bothered. I don't know how long, my fellow citizens, I intend to do this. Because each time when I see something in the newspapers, be it the Star, NST, Malay Mail, and the social media, and shit comes out, the overrated, underemployed Napoleons feed the media. And of course, with the PKR party election diverting attention, I'm not surprised. Only a few ministers are hardworking, are focused. The rest I don't know. Newbies, virgins, and they're equally diverted by the scumbag Rafisi. Alright? Banging the drum, all thunder, no rain, noise, noise, noise. Therefore, before I conclude, may I suggest to the Pakatan Harapan, there's no hope lah. Don't give false hopes. What a name, Pakatan Harapan. You dagger the hope. When due course, you confess. We didn't expect to win. We overpromised. And now, we'll find excuses why we can't deliver. Why am I not surprised? This is all staring in your face. Solid evidence. And what went viral? The Whale, the book by the Wall Street Journal writers. A book is a book. It contains opinions. It's not solid evidence. The source is where? In the DOJ complaint filed in the California court. the criminal proceedings filed in Singapore for which they have secured convictions. These are solid evidence. Tun Mahathir, Prime Minister, sir, as a citizen, I request you, no, I demand, as of right, that all the legal documents and all the interlocutory proceedings, which shows how things are linked, so that all of you have a macro picture of the mastermind's plan. Put it on your website, PM's office website, MOF website, the police website, MACC website. No excuse, so that people can download it and be informed. If you're too lazy to talk about it, then do the minimum. Every document you put on your website, official website, right? Then the country knows, all right? Because I can tell you for sure, when you say you cannot involve, that means, despite all my documents given to you, despite all my advice, you haven't really understood the very simple con scam by Jolo, Najib, and the other bastards. Contrary to what Jomo says, the professor, is in Malaya, it's very complex, dealings and whatever. Nah, it's not complex, very simple. Just follow the money. All con game, all con scam is simple. The word con means what? It's a short form for confidence. All scams are because are perpetrated by what? Confidence tricksters. That's the physiology, see. The trickster wins your confidence and induce you to part your money. That's all. With false promises and very simple modus operandi. Please lah, spend more time thinking. Makanya harapan government, stop posturing. Alright? We're in the shits. The government's in the shits. You keep on saying wrong things, right? One time you say we're in the shits. 1 trillion debts. I said you only found out now. Tun Mahathir, people of Malaysia, I hate to say this, I swear on the Quran, I swear on the Bible, I swear on the Bhagavad Gita, I swear on the Dhammapada. Before election, I have 2 witnesses. Don't you recall? In the conference room of PLF, in puncturing and condemning the budget, the last budget by Najib, I not present to you my analysis of the budget for 2018, the 10th Malaysia Plan, and 11th Malaysia Plan, and we not show to you by chart, by diagrams. In 2017, that we will reach 1 trillion in debt. At the time of my presentation to you, private and confidential, to you, it should be private confidential in a sense, it should be private confidential because it's public document. Did we not show you the trend? How the debt was growing? Up to 901 million ringgit. So don't say you don't know that our debts are 1 trillion. It was told to you in 2017. Subsequently, there was another meeting of your top leaders of Bersatu. We reiterated that. And then my colleague, my friend, was asked to give a briefing to all the other leaders. My point is this. When you had the meetings in the Presidential Council, there are many accountants, right? In all your parties. Was not this issue raised? Did you all analyze about the budget? Was it quite a bold budget? Did not fulfill the aims and objectives of the 10th Malaysia Plan, neither the 11th Malaysia Plan. And where were we heading? In 2005, I told you, sir, in your speech, in the closed door dialogue, domestic fractures. Well, I suppose those people who attended were all very powerful people. You rather listen to them? I don't know. Lawyer Buruk. But I have to say this, I think I've been very consistent in my analysis. I'm not even trying to boast because I'm so pissed off. Time after time after time, warnings after warnings after warnings. He did what once told me before election. Matthias, I can't do this now. We'll do it after the election. One of which was my blueprint for the transformation of the rural economy and the Bumiputra economy. I don't know. Well, you're the Prime Minister, okay? The ball's your court. If you choose not to listen to a numbskull Lawyer Buruk, that's no problem. But I've done my duty as a citizen. I give you the blueprint. I wonder if ever it was discussed ever in your presidential council, or maybe your overrated, underemployed advisors were better. I don't know. Well, it can't be better because one of them, as the Minister of Education, he's only known for black shoes and making Oxford out of RMUM. Big deal. So many things out of shape, out of sync. Now I talk about new taxes, what have you. But Barry Nagara says everything's hunky-dory. We are on target. But you keep on saying, sir, Prime Minister, sir, Finance Minister, we got so much problems. Ultimately, we will resolve them ultimately. But short term, we are in shits. So, you keep on playing. One day good news to tickle us. One day bad news to justify some drastic measures to cover up your failure to deliver your promises. This was happening. You flip and you flop. You flop and you flip. Please, Mr. Prime Minister, don't do that. All of us in the country are adults. We can face the truth, the ugly truth, and we expect you, as a Prime Minister, leader of our government, to be frank and truthful. No need to sugarcoat any bullets. If we can take on the filth of the Laundered regime in a way what's taking bad news from you and your government, it's Mary Poppins. A lesser evil, that's all. We can take it. Be assured. Be frank with us. Be sincere. And be truthful. And just maybe we'll give you the benefit of doubt and the opportunity to do right so that, God willing, you'll be re-elected in the 15th general election. But at this rate we are going, kaput. I don't feel confident that we'll do anything constructive because all of you have your head between your legs, intellectual masturbation, or worse, the head in the sand. With that, I thank you for your attention and hope you all a good day. And remember, surrender to the will of Allah unconditionally. Have absolute faith that He will protect, defend, and guide us under all circumstances in the face of all enemies, treachery, adversities, lies. Because truth will win, justice will triumph, and we can see a new day, a real new day, promised by Allah. I'm not impressed by this, rhetoric, new Malaysia. Let's see whether there is a new day before we talk about new Malaysia. Let's go step by step. Each day give us a new day, good news for us to move forward. With that, I thank you. Bless you all.